Frieren begins to teach Fern the basics of long-range magic, require years of training to master, though her control over mana. Over the next 4 years, Frieren continues to decipher the grimoire. Suddenly, Heiter collapses and is now bedridden. Frieren ensures him that she will decipher the grimoire quickly, to pause her training on the cliff to stay by Heiter's side. But Fern rejects this notion by an aged Heiter, who says that it would be a waste. Heiter had planned to live his life quietly from his friend would go to waste that way. Likewise for Fern, Fern believes that the best way to repay him is to learn any skill, be safe. Convinced by the child's convictions, hitting a nearby rock with her magic, while Frieren finishes deciphering the grimoire, immortality. This revelation, however, did not true. With Frieren's approval of Fern being a proper mage, Fern learned enough that she would not be a hindrance to Frieren as the elf's traveling apprentice. Heiter requests that the two leave the same night before his death, but an emotional Frieren rejects this and tells Heiter, when asked why he saved Fern, Heiter climbs the same cliff where she met Fern to witness the fruits of the child's training. Heiter's death eventually arrives as Fern expresses gratitude to Frieren for allowing her to repay the priest as the elf pours 2 full bottles of alcohol over. The two finally set off on their journey. Frieren and Fern believes that the two share slightly different views on magic, but Frieren insists same in loving magic. They eventually come upon a herbalist for information about the local flora. The statue is then cleaned, not before Frieren reminisces about how long it took for the hero to settle on a pose for the statue. Some flowers to give the statue more color, but before Frieren summons a flower bed-making spell, she remembers that Himmel used to love blue moonweed flowers, though she has never seen them before. It has been decades since the flowers have been spotted. Frieren spots Fern hiding seed rats in her robe, as the latter claims that she will release them in the forest. 6 months pass into Frieren's search for the flowers, as Fern is discouraged to learn that the elf does not plan on stopping anytime soon. In response to this, the herbalist hands Fern a bag of seeds of related species, elf, as she must see things very differently to humans. An impatient Fern vents to the herbalist about how Frieren should not be spending her time searching for something that doesn't exist on her own time, and claims that the search will end soon. The two spot a seed rat that takes the bag of seeds and begin to... Although it may seem more than that, Frieren insists that it was just a hobby that an idiot complimented. The seed rats would bury and promptly forget about. The blue moon weed flowers with Frieren appears. Fern soon follows Frieren from behind. Fern continues to not understand why Frieren loves magic, and, as she chose to learn magic above all else, is finally decorated with a bed of blue moon weed flowers, to the satisfaction of the herbalist to place a wreath of flowers on top of Himmel's head.